I want to share a quote with you that I came across recently that really resonated with me, and then I want to share my thoughts on it. The quote is, "You'll spend your whole life looking for something you already had." On the surface, this sounds like a bit of a downer quote, something like all is well that ends well, or the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It seems almost self-evidently false. Surely we don't spend our lives looking for things that we already possess. But what if we do? What if this quote, which at first seems obviously false, is actually profoundly true? We humans are meaning-making machines, constantly make up stories about the world and about ourselves in order to find meaning. When we look outwards in our lives, searching for meaning, we are often told to look inwards. This is the advice we re-given when we re-told to stop and smell the roses, be present in the moment, or appreciate what you have. While these are all good pieces of advice, sometimes we need a bit more. Sometimes we need to shake ourselves out of our patterns of behavior, and a pithy saying can help us do that. But telling someone to look inward is a bit like telling someone to go home when they VA lost their keys. They know where their home is, but they don't know where their keys are. So how can we be sure we're looking in the right place? How can we be sure that the thing we were looking for is the thing we were going to find? It's interesting that we use the word find both when we were looking for something new and when we were looking for something that we've lost. We might say, "I'm going to find a new job," or "Where did I put my keys? I need to find them before I leave the house." The root of the word find is F, as in from, and in, as in, meaning from within. To find something is literally to bring something out from within. What does this mean for our search for meaning? Are we, as the saying suggests, looking for something we already had? If so, what did we lose it? When we lose something, we usually lose it by not paying attention. We lose our keys because we weren't paying attention to where we put them. We lose our footing on the stairs because we were thinking about something else. We lose our jobs because we stopped paying attention to the needs of our clients or the workings of our business. There are lots of things we lose in life, but what do we lose when we stop paying attention? What do we lose when we get distracted by the myriad of things that compete for our attention in modern life? If the answer is meaning, then the saying is right. We spend our whole lives looking for meaning, but we never go back to where we lost it. We never go back to where we were before we got distracted. We were once fully engaged with life. We were once fully present. We were once fully aware of the meaning that was all around us. But then we looked away. We looked away to find the meaning that was already there. There's a beautiful story in the Talmud, the Jewish book of the sayings and stories of the rabbis, about Rabbi Akiva and his students. Rabbi Akiva was a poor wood gatherer who became the greatest sage of his generation. He studied Torah, taught thousands of students, and was a key figure in the Bar Kokhba revolt against the Romans. One day, one of his students asked him why he spent so much time studying Torah. The student said, "You are old now and close to death. Why haven't you passed on the mantle of Torah to one of your students?" In response, Rabbi Akiva bent down and looked at a tiny seedling growing out of a crack in the stone. "This little plant," he said, "has been created through the work of 3 worlds. First the world of water, then the world of air, then the world of fire, when it remains rooted in its place, drawing sustenance from the earth below and light from the sun above, and it grows towards heaven. And so it is with Torah. One must study Torah with the intention of passing it on. Yet one must also remain rooted in its teachings and draw sustenance and light from its words." Rabbi Akiva realized that in order to pass on the Torah, he first needed to study it himself. In order to teach others, he needed to learn for himself. And in order to grow, he needed to stay rooted in the teachings of the Torah. So it is with our search for meaning. In order to find what we're looking for, we need to stay present. We need to pay attention to the world around us and to the experiences we're having. We need to appreciate the beauty that's all around us. We need to be aware of the pain that's all around us. And most importantly, we need to be aware of our own habits of mind, our tendencies to look away, to get distracted by the myriad of things that compete for our attention in modern life. Only then can we begin to find the meaning that's already there.